to Cooking with Candace. There is absolutely nothing like the smell of fresh bread filling the house, and it's even better when a machine does all the heavy lifting for you. If you've got a bread maker sitting in your cabinet, it's time to put it to work. Today I'm showing you my foolproof recipe for the perfect soft and crusty homemade loaf. No kneading, resting, or messy flour clouds required. Whether you need a sturdy base for a high-protein sandwich or just a fluffy slice to soak up a rich curry or spicy gravy, this is going to be your new go-to. Let's load up the ingredients and get started. Here are the ingredients for my 1.5 pound country white bread loaf. So you will need 1 1/3 cups of room temp water, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, you can use light or regular works too, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, 3 cups of bread flour, 1 1/2 tablespoons of instant potato flakes, 3 tablespoons of non-fat dry milk, 1 tablespoon of gluten flour, and then you can either use instant yeast or bread machine yeast. So for instant yeast, you'll need 2 teaspoons, and for bread machine yeast, which is what we're using, you'll need 2 1/2 teaspoons, and it's as easy as that. All right, now I'm gonna show you how I assemble my ingredients in our little bread pan thing, and I'm using the KBS bread maker. I got it off Amazon. It was very highly rated, and it's worked fantastically. And bread machines are great for people who don't wanna sit and heat up their water for the dough and rise their dough twice and knead the dough, and basically it does all that work for you, and then you get fresh bread at home because the bread they sell at the grocery store is horrible for you. It doesn't get moldy for like weeks. This bread will get moldy after like 5 or 6 days depending, but it's just way better for you than store bread. So the first thing you're gonna do is get your room temp water and pour it in. And also you have to assemble the ingredients in the bread maker in a certain order. So you need to do the water first, and then we're gonna add our salt. And make sure you measure everything really well. When you bake, you have to be vigilant about your measurements. Then I'm gonna add my sugar. Then I'm gonna add my oil. And then now I am going to mix this just a little bit with a spoon. You probably don't need to do this, but I just do it just to make sure it's all like mixed a little bit, and it helps it dissolve a little bit. Now we have to add our flour. So I have to measure out my bread flour, make sure it's full perfectly. And I like to use a high quality bread flour. I use high quality ingredients in all my baking. It does make a difference. Okay, 1 more cup, and then we're ready. Okay. Perfection. Okay, now we are going to add our gluten flour, our milk powder, and our instant potato flakes. And I make like a little dip here. And then what we're gonna do is add our bread machine yeast last. And we need 2 1/2 teaspoons. So I just put it in this little dip here. All right, and it's literally as easy as that. We are ready to throw it in the machine and start it. Okay, so now I have my bread machine. I'm going to open her and put this inside. And then we close her. And then this one has 17 different categories, and it has options to make 1 pound, 1 1/2 pound, or 2 pound bread. So we're using the category 1 because that's soft bread. And you just change the loaf size here. So we're doing 1 1/2 pounds. And oh, you can also change the color of the bread if you want it dark, if you want it light, or if you want it medium. I always do medium. And then it's on the first category, and all you do is press start. There we go, it starts for you, and you don't have to do anything until it's done. So it does resting for you, stirring for you, fermenting for you, baking for you, and then she's ready to enjoy. And this is what it looks like when it's all done. So we'll let it cool down a little bit, and then we'll take this out and we will cut it. All right, so now we're going to cut. I'm just gonna cut into the middle of it so you can see the inside. Look how perfect the inside of this is. And and the machine did all the hard work, and it's beautiful, and it's great for sandwiches or toast. And this is the bread I used in the previous video I made for the bread pizza, and it works fantastic for that. Using a bread maker is a complete game changer for keeping fresh bread in the house. I wanted to mention the whole process took around 3.5 hours, and like I said before, the bread maker did all the work, so it was really easy, and it comes out with delicious bread, which I'm going to try. I put some butter on top. So soft and delicious. If you enjoyed baking with me today, please hit that like button, leave a comment letting me know what you'd pair this slice with, and subscribe to the channel. I've got fresh recipes dropping every week, so make sure your notifications are on so you never miss a bite. See you in the next one. Bye!